Yep, a good workout. Good workout. California, found a place, had a really good workout. Yep, not a Taco Bell. Anyway, so let's just focus on TBT real quick. I'm looking for TBD, frankly, to go over to double and triple. So I think TBT will be over 100. The big question is when. So I haven't taken the position yet, but I'm going to study the fiscal cliff and try to figure that one out as far as what's going to happen. As all of you know, I say it's over. It's a question of when the collapse happens. But once again, mathematically, you have 160 trillion in derivatives and debt, official debt of 20 trillion, and just, monthly deficits of 200 billion. Those were like horrifying back when they were annual. And now, $1.5 trillion annual deficits, taxes going up, the economy's going down, interest rates at super low, 30-year mortgage and stuff like that. But, if I had to explain 30 years of watching the financial markets in a couple sentences, I'd say this. When I got out of BYU, prime rate was 21.5%. Mortgage rates were 14%. I remember being a real estate developer, how excited I was to see mortgage rates actually go under 10%. And then we thought how stupid people are. We're saving at banks for 5.5%. So the Federal Reserve has basically sucked the life out of the American system. And back then they could do it at 14%, on the long-term bonds. And as they sucked out the life from the U.S. financial system, it had to be done at increasingly lower interest rates. And so that delta interest rate move from 14 to roughly 3 on the 30-year bond is massive. And you really can't go much lower. We're basically essentially at zero interest rates. And maybe even, I think the cost of inflation, frankly, is more than 3%. So this yield curve and these low interest rates, we're at the final stages of the destruction of the United States economy. And, of course, that all started with central banks. Andrew Jackson, great man, got rid of the first and second those first and second bank of the United States. And we didn't have any bank of the United States, any Federal Reserve, for the remainder of the 19th century. And then the conspirators got in and created the artificial panic of 1907. In 1913, we had the horrifying thing in December of Federal Reserve founded. Congress did it, private central bank and the IRS. And the interest rates on the super wealthy back, in the teens of 1900 were like 1%. And then, we got it into complete socialism, communism when it was hit 90%, and now they're talking about raising it again. So, it's over, the question of when, and you bet on TBD and gold, and, anticipating gold confiscation, and et cetera, et cetera. But people think, it's going to come back, we're going to have another chance. No, it is over. It'll come back after complete collapse. And so I'm going to be thinking big time, looking at the ocean, and we'll talk about complete collapse, how to deal with that in an intelligent fashion. For now, work out, get strong and healthy. Had a great workout. Anyway, it just feels great. I love life, and I'm working out hard. Thank you, Chip, for being a great workout partner, Kyle for being an inspiration, and all my YouTube friends that support the channel and support me, because I don't get to talk to too much intelligent life. I think there's a very small percentage of it on Earth, and that's what the remnant's going to be. So, hope to meet some of the remnant while I'm out here in California. Ciao for now.